This is the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief, keeping you informed about the happenings in Annapolis and the area. Local news, local sports, local events, local opinion, and of course, local weather. The Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief starts now.
Good morning. It's Tuesday, September 10th, 2019. This is John Frenaye, and this is your Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. On Sunday morning at about 5:15 a.m., the Annapolis Police Department responded to the 1300 block of Tyler Avenue, that's in the Robinwood neighborhood, which is a HACA neighborhood, for an injured subject. When officers arrived, they found an adult male victim suffering from stab wounds and a laceration to his head. The victim advised that he was outside the 1400 block of Tyler Avenue when he was involved in a fight with the unknown male suspect. He was transported to an area hospital in serious condition, and a suspect is still at large. Yesterday morning at 2 a.m., the Anne Arundel County Fire Department responded to a reported structure fire in the 1700 block of Mead Village Circle in Severn. An occupant at 1759 Mead Village Circle called 911 reporting a fire in the living room of the home. That was quickly followed by additional 911 calls from neighbors reporting the fire. Quickly spread to 2 alarms, and crews from the Fort Meade Fire Emergency Services as well as BWI were called in. The fire extended to the neighboring home and smoke damage to the third home from where the fire was originating. All of the homes were equipped with functioning smoke detectors, which did activate. The occupants who were asleep at the time of the fire in both of the homes were alerted to the fire by the detectors and were able to escape safely. All told, 15 people were displaced by this fire, and they're being assisted by the Red Cross. 2 firefighters were injured. They were transported to BWI Medical Center in good condition with injuries related to exertion. The cause of the fire is under investigation by the Anne Arundel County Fire and Explosives Investigation Unit, and there is no damage estimate available at this point. A little bit later yesterday morning, just after 9 a.m., one person was injured and briefly trapped in an accident on Annapolis Street near the intersection of Giddings Avenue. Now, this is kind of an unusual one because the car flipped over. We've heard from witnesses on the scene that a car pulled out in front of the car that flipped, causing that driver to swerve to avoid hitting that car. They hit another car and ultimately rolled over. Most schools were in session, and it appears that the injuries are all relatively minor, but it could have been an awful lot worse. They do believe speed may have been a contributing factor on that, and in West Annapolis, the speed limit really needs to be obeyed. I think it's 25 miles an hour there, and especially with the parklets that are in the street and stop signs every block, no reason to go fast. A lot of tense moments in downtown Baltimore yesterday morning. A parking garage attendant said that he smelled fuel, and after investigation, they located a van on the second floor of a parking garage down near the Inner Harbor with what they estimate to be 1,000 gallons of gasoline. Emergency crews responded. They did find some cables running up to it, which made them think that it may have been something a little bit more serious. In the end, what they found is that it was a van that was rigged to steal diesel fuel to be sold elsewhere. The wires were connected to a pump that would suck diesel fuel out of vehicles, and the fuel itself was stored in the back of the van. Buildings in the surrounding area were evacuated. Others in nearby buildings were asked to shelter in place. The Inner Harbor Promenade was closed between the Science Center and the World Trade Center, and late in the afternoon, everything was reopened and somewhat back to normal. But in another bizarre gas in a van incident up in Baltimore County, now this is unrelated, the Baltimore County Police were investigating a van which was found with about 600 gallons of gasoline in the back of it. Police do say this was a scam. What they do is they're using stolen credit cards, they pump 5 gallons of gas with it, store it in 5-gallon tanks, and ultimately sell those 5-gallon tanks at a discount. Pretty dangerous, but pretty ingenious. Hey, the Sailboat Show is coming in about a month, and on Thursday, October 10th, the Sailboat Show will be celebrating 50 years in Annapolis. And they're going to throw a block party for the town. It's planned for Thursday, October 10th, where show attendees, locals, and exhibitors can all enjoy food and drinks, as well as the Chris Sachs Band, which is a Jimmy Buffett tribute band from 5 to 9 p.m. throughout the City Dock area and Main Street. They will have complimentary admission and a free shuttle bus to the parking at the Navy Marine Corps Memorial Stadium. And just so you know, the Sailboat Show is really a great neighbor to have here in town. The economic impact of the 2 shows, Sail and Powerboat, is $112 million each year. The city of Annapolis earns nearly $500,000 each October as a result of the shows, and that would be rent of City Dock and their portion of ticket sales. And then there's another $100,000 that's paid to the state of Maryland in admission taxes. Sort of another fun thing that happens in Annapolis, Ignite Annapolis. It's coming back for the 5th time, and if you're not familiar with Ignite, what it is, it's sort of like a TED Talk Light. Happens at Maryland Hall. Speakers get up, they have a 5-minute presentation, but you've got 20 slides that are all pre-timed after 15 seconds, so you've got to keep up with your slides to make your point. This event will be scheduled from 6:30 to 9 p.m. on Thursday, March 12th, 2020 at the Michael E. Bush Arts Center at Maryland Hall. Yes, I am using their new name. Tickets will go on sale a little bit later this fall for $10. And if you are interested in participating, you do need to submit a proposal by December 6th of this year, and you can get more information at igniteannapolis.com, and that's IGNITE. Annapolis.com. One of my favorite events of the year. If you have never been, go check it out. Well, the NFL season is now underway, and Vivid Seats has released a report about the average ticket price to go to an NFL game. Every NFL team has an average ticket price above $100. How did they all rank? Well, the cheapest tickets are the 3 Bs, the Bills, the Browns, and the Bengals. The Bills are the cheapest at $107 a ticket. The Browns are at $109, and the Bengals are at $112. The Ravens are fairly inexpensive at $154. The Cowgirls are at $218, which I'm surprised is as low as it was. Redskins are at $230. The Squealers are at $241. Number 5 is the Eagles at $269. Number 2 is the Seahawks at $321. And the number 1 most expensive team to see an NFL game is the New England Patriots at, get this, $530 per seat. So if you want to take a wife and 2 kids to a Patriots game, expect to shell out $2,100 just for 3 hours of entertainment. Crazy. Well, I'll tell you what, it doesn't cost $530 to go see a show at the Ram's Head, and I have free tickets to go see a show at the Ram's Head for you today. It is Ticket Tuesday, and we always love doing this. This show is the Dirty Grass Players. They're coming on Saturday, the 14th of September. The show's at 8 p.m. The doors are open at 7. These are good seats, and I'll tell you what, they're going to go to the 5th person that emails me at info@ionannapolis.net, and I will make sure that pair of tickets is left for you at the box office. And again, many, many thanks to the Ram's Head for doing this. We've got a whole bunch more coming up in the next few weeks. I just got the list, so stay tuned. All right, that wraps it up for the top news today. Please make sure you're checking out ionannapolis.net throughout the day because we do update it throughout the day. Give us a click on that first link in our show notes and find out all the different ways that you can connect with us. And other than that, hang tight. We've got George Young with your local DMV weather forecast. He's coming up in just 1 minute.
September 28th, the 2nd annual Twist and Stout Festival at Quiet Waters Park along the shores of the South River. Twist and Stout, a Maryland wine, craft beer, food, and arts festival presented by the Anne Arundel County Department of Recreation and Parks along with the Maryland Wineries Association. Sample dozens of craft beers and Maryland wines. There's music all day starring the Groove Spot Band, along with the Naptown Brass Band and Vertigo Red. Watch the Plein Air Painters and shop dozens of artisans, crafters, and food trucks. Tickets are on sale now at twistandstout.org. That's TWISTANDSTOUT.org. September 28th, Twist and Stout at Quiet Waters Park. Noon till 6. Tickets at twistandstout.org. Going out? You need the most up-to-date local weather. Here's George Young from DMV Weather in Annapolis with today's forecast.
Hey everyone, this is George with DMV Weather, and this is your Eye on Annapolis forecast for Tuesday, September 10th. After a cool day yesterday with plenty of clouds across Annapolis and all of Anne Arundel County, today will bring much more sunshine and temps a bit warmer in the 78 to 85 degree range. More sun Wednesday and Thursday with warmer temps as well, climbing into the 86 to 93 degree range, followed by temps back down into the low to mid 80s on Friday to cap off the work week. Okay, that's it for today. This is George Young of DMV Weather. Make it a great day out there, and be sure to get our free app on all of your devices by searching for DCMD VA Weather in the Apple or Google App Stores, and also follow us on Facebook and Twitter and on our website at dmvweather.com so you can always stay weather informed.
Suicide prevention starts with everyday heroes like you. Join us Saturday, September 21st at the Navy Marine Corps Stadium in Annapolis as we walk to fight suicide. Be a part of the movement turning hope into action. Funds raised will benefit the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. Register today at afsp.org/Annapolis. Together, we can help stop suicide. Go to afsp.org/Annapolis.
You've been listening to the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. Tell your friends and colleagues this is the podcast where you can keep up on the latest with what's going on in Annapolis. And also tell them about our website, eyeonannapolis.net, where you can find even more information. This podcast comes to you every Monday through Friday at 7 a.m., keeping you informed with the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. And take a moment to listen to our other podcast, The Maryland Crabs, released every Thursday at noon.